So you're looking for an air fryer, and you've probably seen a ton of top 5 lists, right? Well, we're going to do things a little differently today. Instead of just a list, we're going to give you the tools to find the perfect air fryer for you. Oh, and don't worry, all the products we talk about today will have links down in the description. Let's get into it.
And if you're feeling overwhelmed by all the choices, you're definitely not alone. I mean, the market is just flooded with models, all claiming to be the best thing since sliced bread. You've got baskets, ovens, dual zones, glass bowls. It's a lot. So, where do you even start?
Well, right here, this is our game plan. We're going to turn that confusion into confidence. We'll kick things off with why these gadgets are everywhere, then dive into how they actually work. After that, we'll help you find your perfect fryer type, tackle a really important safety issue, and wrap it all up with a simple checklist so you can make the perfect pick. Okay, first up, the air fryer takeover. The appeal is pretty obvious, right? It promises faster cooking, way healthier meals, we're talking up to 95% less oil, and that perfectly crispy, crunchy texture that we all love. It's really no wonder these things have just exploded in popularity. So, section 2, how do they actually work? Because believe me, understanding the how is the key to choosing the which. Once you know what's happening inside that little box, you'll know which features are just hype and which ones actually matter. So here's the big secret. Air fryers don't actually fry a thing. Nope, they're basically just really compact, really powerful convection ovens. You can think of it like a convection oven on hyperdrive. The small space and that super powerful fan are what give it that incredible speed and crisping power. The process itself is super simple. Step 1, a heating element gets the air inside incredibly hot really fast. Step 2, a big fan just blasts that hot air all around your food at high speed, and that intense circulating heat is what cooks everything so fast and gives you that golden brown fried texture we're all after. All right, moving on to section 3, finding your fryer type. Look, just ranking models from 5 to 1 doesn't really help everybody. So instead, we're going to break it down into categories based on what you actually need. Are you cooking for just yourself or for a whole family? Do you want something simple or are you looking for all the latest tech? Let's find your perfect match. First up, category 1, the all-rounder. This is for most of us, right? You're the average home cook who wants a machine that just works. It makes perfect fries, cooks juicy chicken, it's easy to clean, and it's not going to take over your entire counter or break the bank. You want the best bang for your buck. When you look at what all the experts are saying, 2 names keep popping up. The Instant Vortex Plus 6-quart is a constant favorite in test kitchens like Food Network and Serious Eats. They love it for its simple dial and just fantastic consistent performance. And right there beside it is the Cosori Turbo Blaze, which gets tons of praise for its speed and its ability to do low-temp stuff like proofing dough. Honestly, you can't go wrong with either of these. Now let's talk about our next persona. Category 2, the space saver. Maybe you've got a tiny apartment kitchen. You're in a dorm room, or you're just cooking for one. A giant 10-quart machine is it's total overkill. You need something with a small footprint that still delivers that awesome crispy performance. For this category, a couple of models are always at the top of the list. The Ninja 4-quart is what reviewers at places like the Spruce Eats call an absolute workhorse. It's got all the power of its bigger siblings just packed into a smaller body. But if you need the absolute smallest, the Dash 2-quart is your go-to. It's perfect for a single serving of fries, it's super affordable, and it'll fit just about anywhere. Okay, let's swing to the complete opposite end of the spectrum. Category 3, the family feeder. This is for all of you out there cooking for a crowd, doing your big weekly meal prep, or maybe you just want to cook your chicken and your veggies at the same time. For you, capacity and multitasking are everything. We've got 2 serious game changers here. The Ninja Dual Zone series is, frankly, a revolution. It gives you 2 separate baskets, so you can air fry salmon in one at 400 degrees while you roast veggies in the other at 350. And this is the magic part. Its smart finish feature makes sure they both finish cooking at the exact same time. It's brilliant. On the other hand, you have the Instant Vortex 10-quart, which is more like a mini countertop oven that even has a rotisserie so you can do a whole chicken in like 45 minutes. And finally, for those of you who are always looking for what's next, we have category 4, the innovator. You're not just looking for a way to cook your food. You're interested in cool new designs, cutting-edge technology, or maybe just different materials that are safer or perform better. So let's look at the cutting edge. First, you've got the Typhur Dome. This is a pretty high-end machine that's super quiet and has 2 heating elements, one on top and one on the bottom. Testers say this gives you incredibly even cooking without ever having to shake the basket. Then you've got something totally different, the Ninja Crispy. It throws out the basket design altogether for a big glass bowl and a portable heating pod, which is awesome for people trying to avoid those traditional nonstick surfaces. Okay, let's move on to section 4, and I really want you to pay close attention here. We're going to talk about the nonstick controversy. We're shifting gears from performance to safety now, and this is some really crucial stuff that often gets buried in all the reviews. Before we get into the different types of materials you'll find, I want to share a real-world example of why paying attention to a brand's reputation and its safety record is so important. So, according to the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission, just this past March in 2024, Best Buy had to recall almost 200,000 of their Insignia brand air fryers. Why? Because the units could overheat, which was causing handles to melt and glass doors to literally shatter. In some cases, they even caught fire. This is no joke. It's a real fire, burn, and laceration hazard. The takeaway here is that build quality is not something to ignore. Now, let's talk about the cooking surface itself. This leads us to the big conversation about nonstick coatings. And for this, we're going to lean on the advice of Dr. Bruce Jarnot, a board-certified toxicologist who gives some very clear and direct advice on the matter. So what's the deal here? We're talking about something called PFAS, which you might have heard of as forever chemicals. These are used in a lot of traditional nonstick coatings. And the concern, which has been raised by health experts, is that if that nonstick surface gets scratched or overheated, those chemicals could potentially get into your food. Now, the good news is you have some excellent alternatives. More and more brands are offering PFAS-free options. Ceramic coatings, like the ones you'll find on that Typhor dome we mentioned, or some Cosori models, are a really popular choice. Glass, which is the whole idea behind the Ninja Crispy, is another fantastic, inert option. And of course, there's good old stainless steel, which is used for racks and inner pots and is a super durable and trusted material. And that brings us to our final section, making your perfect pick. We have covered the tech, the different types of users, and the really important safety stuff. So now let's pull it all together into one simple checklist to help you make that final decision. Here is it, your 4-step buying checklist. First, and I'm serious about this, physically measure your counter space. Some of these machines are way bigger than they look online. Second, be honest about how many people you cook for to figure out the right capacity. A 4-quart is fine for 1 or 2 people, but a family of 4 probably needs at least a 6-quart. Third, choose your material. Decide right now if you're okay with traditional nonstick or if you'd rather go with ceramic, glass, or stainless steel. And finally, set your budget. You can get a great machine for under $100, or you can spend more for those high-end features. And there you have it. You are now officially equipped to look past all the marketing hype and make a really smart choice. The question isn't which air fryer is the best anymore, it's which air fryer is the best for me. So now that you're an expert, what are you going to make? Remember, links to a lot of the models we talked about are waiting for you in the description below. Thanks for joining us for this explainer.